Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.
Welcome to another Having It All moment. I'm Matthew Bivens, your balanced lifestyle coach, and I'm here to give you some quick ideas to chew on that are going to have a huge impact on your day and your life. Today I want to talk to you all about confidence and trust. You know, a big part of my personal growth journey has been a journey in growing my confidence. In fact, that was the topic of my most recent epic challenge that I talked about just a couple of days ago with my small group. So every week I meet with a group of people. It's called a COI, a circle of influence. And each week one member presents an area of their life that they're stuck in. And this past week it was my turn. And so confidence was the general theme around the area that I wanted some help on and some support moving through. And, you know, I have not always been confident. I've struggled with it for most of my adult life. And, you know, it keeps on coming up. It's something I still work on today. And it is something that I've worked on. Like, I've actually put some very specific, very intentional work in the area of confidence. And as I've done that, as I've focused attention and time and all of that into confidence, my confidence has grown. And I'm doing things today with confidence and comfort that would have made me so incredibly anxious 10 years ago. It's wild. And I know that you desire to be confident as well. You know, you want to feel that confidence. You want to be cool under pressure. You want to be humble, yet very powerful, and be able to show up as that awesome version of yourself in no matter what situation. And so what if I told you that the road to the confidence that you're seeking is actually through trust? So today, February 20th, is the kickoff for the Trust Challenge. And I'm not even going to pretend that this episode isn't really a huge promotion for the Trust Challenge, because guess what? You should sign up for it. Absolutely. If you haven't done it already, you should sign up for the Trust Challenge. And you can do so at MatthewBivens.com/trust, TRUST. And the reason why I want to talk about this topic right now is because trust is so connected to confidence. And if you aren't feeling like the confident person you want to be in life, in your job, in your family, speaking up for yourself, standing and holding your ground, right? Showing up for yourself in the way that you want to, being able to confidently put your art out into the world. Whatever it is, if you're feeling challenged in confidence, I guarantee you that part of the root cause of that is an issue with trust. And that's what I want to help you address today. Brené Brown, she did a Super Soul Sunday talk with Oprah about trust. And in the conversation, she likens trust to a jar of marbles in her daughter's classroom. So Brené shares this story where basically her daughter in their classroom, they have this jar of marbles. And whenever the kids do something that is empowering or encouraging or something, you know, great, something positive, the teacher puts a marble in the jar. And whenever the class does something that the teacher doesn't want them to do, something that goes against the rules, she takes marbles out of that jar. And what I love about that analogy is it's so simple. Like, I'm a dude who loves analogies. And that one of marbles going into the jar and marbles going out of the jar is very, very simple for all of us to grasp. And so it works the same with trust. That marble jar analogy can be applied to the area of trust. So I want you to think about this. How did you build up trust with the person that you consider your closest friend? How did you get to the point where you trust them? You trust them with your heart, with your emotions, with your problems, with your secrets, whatever it is. How did you get to that place? Most likely you did it little by little, one marble being added to that jar at a time. And the way that those marbles are added are through things like, they kept their word. They said they would do something and they did it. Or they were kind to you. Or they were generous, thoughtful. They remembered a small detail about your life, something that just made you smile. All of those moments are deposits into that jar. And over a period of time, what happens is, as there's more deposits, the jar fills up. And when that jar is filled to a certain level, you trusted them. We make deposits with people when we do those things that uphold the trust, right? So a deposit is adding something into the jar. We make withdrawals from people when we do things to break the trust. We take those marbles out of the jar whenever we break trust. That same thing, that same concept of deposits and withdrawals and how they're connected to the trust building, that is exactly how you build trust with yourself as well. It works the same exact way. When you keep your word to yourself, you add marbles to the jar. When you speak kindly to yourself, you add marbles to the jar. When you're patient with yourself, marbles go in. When you break your promises, boom, take some marbles out. When you judge your decision making, boom, marbles gone. When you fail to uphold your boundaries or standards in a situation, yeah, marbles are coming out of the jar. It's all about deposits and withdrawals. And guess what? Here's the kicker. This is the big thing I want you to take away from this. The trust that you have with yourself is the foundation for your confidence. Yes. The trust that you have or don't have with yourself is the foundation for your confidence. You have low trust in yourself, guaranteed low confidence. High trust in yourself, guaranteed high confidence. Why is that? Because you know what? When I trust myself, when that trust is high, I know that I can count on myself to show up in the way that I want in any particular situation. So here's some examples. When I'm leading my COI, my circle of influence, I ask myself, do I trust that I'm going to be able to lead powerfully? When I'm speaking at an event, do I trust I'll be able to say what I want without forgetting all the points that I want to make? When I'm having a confronting or an emotional conversation with a family member, do I trust I'll be able to hold my standards while still showing up with empathy and love? When I'm stepping into a networking event, I'm about to meet a bunch of new people, do I trust that my self-image is going to remain strong, even if people I introduce myself to don't really seem interested in what I have to say? If I'm publishing a new podcast episode, something raw, something vulnerable, knowing that you're going to hear it, do I trust that I can keep on creating and keep on expressing myself, even if you don't like what I'm putting out? When you can emphatically say yes to those types of situations, yes, I can trust myself in those situations. The reason why you can say that is because you've put so many marbles in the jar over time. Your self-trust is high. Your confidence is high. And therefore, you believe that you're going to be able to handle yourself in any situation. Whenever you're putting marbles in that jar, you are earning your trust. You're earning trust in yourself. And the key word there is earning. Those deposits have to be made. Those deposits have to be earned. You can't just desire it and want it. I want to be able to trust myself more. I want to be able to have more confidence. You can't simply want that. You have to actually go out and do the work. And the work is actually small things. It's little things here and there that stack up over time. It's just putting one marble in the jar at a time. And you can build up that self-trust and do the work in a number of ways, right? You can respect your boundaries. When you have a boundary or a standard, whether it's in a relationship or work or with your spouse or with yourself, whatever it is, hold it. Every time you hold that, you're doing the work.
We get our weekly groceries delivered through Instacart because once football season starts, game time is family time. I can get everything my family needs for the week, from reliable staples to specialty ingredients, all delivered right to my door in as fast as 1 hour. So I can stay on my game without missing a minute of the game. Visit instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. Minimum order $10. Additional terms apply. Instacart. Add life to cart.
When you are being responsible for the decisions that you make, recognizing that every choice has a consequence. When you are owning your mistakes, taking full accountability for them. When you're learning from them, and when you're cleaning them up, when you're making amends, saying, I'm sorry. All of that is you doing the work. All of those things, when you do it from a place of maturity and a powerful centered spot, that is you adding some marbles to the jar. When you're being loving and being non-judgmental towards yourself, when you're allowing yourself to be human, because we're all human, when you're just allowing yourself to do that and showing yourself grace, that is you doing the work. That's you putting marbles in the jar. Anytime that you choose courage over comfort, anytime you really push yourself to the edge of your comfort zone and step through to the other side, when you go into those scary growth situations where you know that, oof, I'm going to be tested. Anytime you do that, when you answer the call that your spirit is guiding you, every time you do that, that is you doing the work. That's you earning the trust, putting a marble in the jar. And anytime that you simply are being reliable, meaning you are doing the things that you say you will do for yourself or for others, every time you do that, that is you earning the trust, putting marbles in the jar. So trust and confidence, they're connected. And they are things that can absolutely be developed. Remember when I shared at the top of this conversation that I have struggled with confidence for most of my adult life. I didn't get to the place I am now where I feel so supremely confident in who I'm being that I feel like I can handle myself in just about any situation. I didn't get there by simply willing it to happen. I earned it. And I earned it with myself by making so many trust deposits over time. Like my marble jar is filling up to the top, spilling over. It's very, very intentional. So if you don't feel like you can trust others, it's because you don't feel like you can trust yourself. If you're not feeling confident in the world, it's because the trust that you're having in yourself is lacking. And you can do something about that. I'm going to keep hammering that nail home. You can do something about that. You can add marbles to your jar one at a time, little by little, over time, and you will feel your trust grow, and as a result, you'll feel your confidence grow as well. So I want you to ask yourself, what would your life be like if you felt 10 times more confident? How would your relationships with yourself first and then with others, how would those relationships change if you had 10 times the amount of trust? Ponder that for yourself. And if you're ready to do something about it, to not just wish for it, but actually go and earn it, then I highly, highly, highly encourage you to go sign up for the Trust Challenge. The Trust Challenge's number one goal is to help you add marbles to your jar. That's it. So go to MatthewBivens.com/trust to sign up and join us. We kicked off today, February 20th, and we're going to go through the 29th. So we have 10 days. And you can join at any period of time. You don't have to, if you didn't get in at the beginning, that's totally fine. Jump in on day 2, day 3, day 4. Jump in on day 9. Doesn't matter. Just get in there and start adding marbles to your jar. Guarantee you're going to experience a huge uplift in so many areas of your life. So I will see you there. That's all for me today in this Having It All moment. if this connected with you, if this really resonated, then please share this conversation with one person that you know they would benefit from having more confidence and more trust in themselves so that they can really create the life that they want. Just share the episode with them. And I am going to continue hold that space for you to really truly create and experience your abundant loving life that is 100% possible for you. So I'm Matthew Bivens, again, your balanced lifestyle coach, and I'm going to catch you later. Peace. Quick note about the Having It All podcast. I am not a doctor nor a licensed therapist. I'm a guy with a story and a passion for conscious conversation. My thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are my own. So please consult with your doctor or healthcare provider regarding any questions or issues you have related to your personal, physical, or mental health.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.